Is going on, everyone? It is Rich Homie Laquan, aka LEGIQN, aka Bobby Ray, but I am in fact not B.O.B. I am jealous that he can rap pretty well, and I cannot. I can actually, but I'm not going to show you right now because it's Destiny time, folks. It is Destiny beta time. You're probably thinking to yourself, Legion, did you die this month because you've uploaded like 4 times? No, I just did not prepare very well for the fact that I was going to be gone for about 3 weeks. I actually was in Phoenix visiting my brother, who I see about once a year now. For about a week, and then immediately from Phoenix I went to Puerto Rico, and from Puerto Rico I went to San Diego Comic-Con in order to do some fun stuff with MLG. If you guys saw over this past weekend, we got to play some Titanfall, some Forza, and of course some Killer Instinct. Shadow Beats would be so proud. I think G18 is a fan of that game as well. We played games all weekend at that MLG booth at the Xbox Lounge. It was an absolute blast. But I did get some beta in before I left for Puerto Rico, so let me just go over my vacation first and pretty much what happened. I went out to visit my brother in Phoenix. My brother and I, we ate lots of candy, and we played lots of video games. We actually beat the game Wolfenstein in about 13 hours in one day because I got a free rental from Redbox. No, give me free rentals or I will absolutely take advantage of the situation that is given to me at hand. But we had a really cool time. We visited some of the sites that are in the Phoenix area. Actually, we drove probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. It rained there, like flash flood rained, which apparently the only time that it does that is every time I go, because that's the second time it's happened to me in 2 years. But we were just driving around in the desert, and there'd be like, you know, water 2 feet deep sliding across the road. So that was kind of terrifying. I actually have footage from that. I have a lot of footage from my Phoenix trip that I'm going to be uploading sporadically that you guys should like. We visited a cave, like a real cave. It was kind of weird. There was like a bridge. Somebody who knows what I'm talking about is probably going to make fun of me, but I got video from that. I had to like semi-rock climb across, and I had, you know, my DSLR camera with me, so if I would have fallen, it would have just snapped and broke, which would have been terrible and terrifying, and I would have cried, and I'm not a very good swimmer, so I might have drowned. JK, I'm okay at it, but I could be better. But yeah, Phoenix was an awesome time. I love getting to visit my brother when I can, but I went straight from Phoenix to Puerto Rico, and I was there for same time frame, I guess, about a week, and basically that was pretty much a trip of a lifetime, I would say. You know, I haven't really been to too many tropical places or anywhere really outside of the mainland United States. I want to go to the UK, aka I'd like to go to a Gfinity event, like something that's coming up soon. Somebody that watches me that goes to those or runs those, hit me up, hook me up. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I swim in a waterfall, got footage of that coming to you guys soon as well. Lots of me in the ocean. Our apartment that we basically rented out for the week is right on the beach, and it was beautiful and it was awesome, and I could just go out and swim whenever I felt like it. And I have to say that was probably some of the most fun I've had, at least on a family vacation with my family. I also ziplined. Guys, if you don't know me, and I had this on footage as well, unfortunately it's vertically filmed because my brother's a YouTube noob trying to film for me, but I ziplined. I was like 200 feet in the air going across like an 850 feet gulch. It was crazy. It was a lot of fun. I'm scared of heights is what I was getting, the point I was trying to get to. If you guys do not know this, I am not a heights person. That kind of stuff bothers me, but I did it, and there were actually 8 zip lines. There's also one called the Beast, which is like 75 billion feet in the air and 9,000 feet long. Not really, but it is crazy, and we did not pay for that one because I might have pooped myself as you go Supermaning. It's insane. It is insane. And finally, guys, I actually went to San Diego for Comic-Con, which is where I met people you're probably pretty familiar with. Nobody Epic, KYR Speedy. I can't believe I went brain dead for just a second. So KYR Speedy, Jehovah's Witness, and of course my new Halo teammate Scott Gandhi, and it was a lot of fun. It was probably, honestly, it was one of those experiences that from like 8th grade on, I kind of thought, yeah, well, this will happen eventually. And then like my sophomore year in college, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna give up on gaming because there's really no point in me playing anymore, or at least trying to play competitive. And then all of a sudden, I'm like casting with Chris Puckett and Gandhi, and that was just a really cool experience to get to cast with them as well as my friends. You know, Jehovah's Witness and Nobody Epic. We got to cast. Speedy's a giant pussy, so he doesn't cast with us. I think he said he's gonna try and do it next time, but everyone always says next time. JK, he's not a pussy. I love him though. I like bananas. Anyways, dude is super cool. Puckett and Gandhi were super cool, and then we also had some Killer Instinct casters that I don't think were very big fans of us because, well, we don't play Killer Instinct professionally, and they seem to be super serious about the whole ordeal. So I felt like they wanted to stab me to death, but that's okay. Everyone always has to have their arch nemesis. But yeah, we played Titanfall, Forza, and a awesome Killer Instinct that entire weekend. We pretty much grinded for like 3-4 hours a day, excluding the last day of Killer Instinct. I don't want to brag, but I won all of my 1v1s on Killer Instinct against Hova and Nobody Epic, who were actually, pardon me, Hova and Speedy. And I played Hova in the finals of our talent tournament, which is funny to hear that come out of my mouth. I also beat everyone in Forza, and actually, you know what? I'm going to give Nobody Epic the credit for Titanfall this weekend. Jolie Pops pulled out an amazing performance, showcasing on streams, dropping bombs. If anybody watched this weekend, I was playing very average. Titanfall is very much so not my game. But let's actually get into the topic that is at hand, which is what the hell am I playing right now? And it is the Destiny beta. Now, you guys know I've been a Bungie fan since I could pee standing up in a urinal playing Halo 1. That series, Halo series, is pretty much the only reason why I'm in any position that I am today and caring about either the esports scene, which I'm going to call professional gaming, or even getting into YouTube, because I always thought, hey man, it'd be really cool if I could put my clips together to do it. So I've been a fan of Bungie for a long time, and of course Activision, because Call of Duty, duh. But Destiny is like a mixture of both. You know, the shooting style, the buttons are like the same as Call of Duty, and then a lot of the characters and the gameplay is very Halo-esque, and it gets me extremely excited because I didn't even get to the PvP. I didn't even get to play anybody else in multiplayer, but I was still having a blast. Like, this MMO FPS mix gets me excited. And let me tell you about the weirdest thing that I think about this game thus far, all right? I get on my personal Facebook, I get on Twitter, and I see photos of people that like used to be hardcore gamers and then kind of fell off after the next-gen consoles kind of dropped with shitty games, just to be 100% honest with you. Coming back and they're like, okay, download a Destiny beta, I'm excited. And it's like, you get the best of both worlds in a title like this, and it gets me surefire pumped up because I'm hoping that Destiny can do two things for me, right? I want it to be able to help people like my brother get back into FPS, because my brother's an MMO fan, he's also a first-person shooter fan, right? But FPS this last year, at least for new titles, has kind of been depressing. But this game seems like it might be able to bring back in some of those peeps that might have fallen off just a little bit. So you get that casual crowd that can be able to come in, do what they want, build up their characters and classes and guns and stuff like that. And then you have people like me who I love that style of gameplay, but I'm also extremely multiplayer oriented. I'm all about the competitive side of things. I may not always seem like I'm playing competitive, but most of the time I'm trying my ass off to win games. So I'm really interested to see if Destiny is going to have some sort of say in the esports scene. I mean, the shooting's clean, it's smooth, it doesn't feel jerky, it also doesn't feel like everything's oversensitive. That was one of my biggest problems with cough cough, some of the other FPS that came out this year, is I felt like I couldn't really, I don't know, maybe I'm just shitty now, but I couldn't aim as well as I used to, like on certain FPS. And this one I feel like, wow, I actually have a shot in this game. Also, fun story about me playing this beta. If there's any point in the game where you notice me not playing, it's because my brother standing next to me rolled up a shirt and hit me in the eye with it. And I couldn't see out of that eye for 30 minutes. We got to the point where we're actually worried we're going to have to go to the hospital to like make sure I didn't have a scratched cornea. So yeah, that's what kind of spending time with my brother feels like. I know I'm the super spastastic and I go off topic all the time, but I feel like that story was needed to be shared. If you had it on camera and or saw me on live stream get hit, you would know it hurt pretty bad. My eye watered just like the watering hole at the local canal. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching and hearing all my bullshit stories that I think are funny and awesome. Destiny's coming out in September. I'm excited to see what Activision and Bungie have to go down. I'm ready to play some good FPS this fall, this being one of them. And I'm ready to build some classes. And also, can I get a shout out for how beautiful this game looks in general? I mean, this is next gen. This is the beta and it looks next gen. And that's what I'm talking about. Also, this was played on PS4, not the Xbox One. So that's that. Awesome, guys. I love you. Be sure to stay tuned. I've got my setup video coming soon. I've also got video coming from my vacations that I was on and also the trips that I took. And if you check out my second channel today, a little bit later on, I've got about 2 clips I got on Jehovah's Witness, I'm Jehovah last night, that are absolutely killer, hilarious, and fun to watch. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day.